Okay, so in today's episode I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can go about applying for an ICB license. So if you are a bookkeeper and you're looking to set it up on your own, then there's certain things that you've got to do in a certain order before you can go ahead and apply for your practice license, which will then enable you to run a practice. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and let's just get into it. Okay, so if we jump over to the screen over here, what we can see here is that firstly there is a page here talking about how to apply. So you can go through this process here that takes up to 28 days for the practice license itself to come through. You can call this number here and you can also go to this address here. So let's just close that there. Now in terms of the practice license itself, you essentially need to have a certain level of ICB qualification, or if you are transferring from another qualification over to the ICB, then you might be able to go through the exemption route essentially. So let's just see what that looks like. Just bear with me one moment. Okay, so here we've got the exemptions page. Now on here, this is going to go through all of the different qualifications on the left hand side that you might already have. So like the AAT, ACCA, ICAW, etc. And that's going to give you essentially a table that's going to say what level that is in terms of the ICB. So whether that's an affiliate, associate or member. So if you scroll down and find your qualification, so it might just be, let's just say the AAT. If you've got level 2, level 3 and level 4 with the AAT, then that's going to be at member level, you can see here with the ICB. So you need to check that out first, because if you want to go ahead and transfer from one of the other professional qualifications over to the ICB, there may be sometimes another exam that you've got to take. So let's just look at that for a moment. So let's just look at this page on becoming a member by exemption. So you can join the ICB using AT, ACCA, IB, ICAW. There's also the CPAA. So I think that's worth noting if you're part of any of those. You can apply using work experience, so you need to be able to demonstrate that you've worked as a professional bookkeeper for clients or an employer for at least 2 consecutive years in the last 5 years, that your bookkeeping knowledge and skills meet the standard ICB level 2 and or level 3 core qualifications, and also that you have an eligible independent referee who has overseen your work throughout the qualifying period of 2 years. There is a £259 non-refundable application fee, also as part of the application to become an ICB member. So you can here apply for your qualifications, or you can apply for full membership, of which you'll need to have completed one of these following exams. Now there's different ways to apply, and when you do apply you can submit your application online, and you'd have to pay the non-refundable application, but you've essentially got an exam that you have to complete as part of the transferring your membership to the ICB. When I'm saying transferring, it doesn't mean that you're going to lose your membership with the other professional qualification, it's just becoming a member of the ICB. So here you submit your supporting documentation, and then this is what I'm talking about, the member entrance exam that you've got to do. So you'll be asked to complete the MEE within 1 month of applying. And this covers level 2 and level 3 materials, and that's available 24/7, so it's an online exam that you can take from your home or place of work essentially, and you've got 3 attempts to pass the exam. The pass mark is 85%, so it's quite a high pass mark, but after that you can become a member. Now that's important because in order to have an ICB practice license you need to be a member with the ICB. So if we go to fees and subscriptions down here, let's just find the right part for you. Bear me 1 minute. So let's scroll back to the practice license scheme page. So if you want to be a practice holder, then there's certain things that you need to be adhering to. So if you want to go ahead and provide payroll services, then you need to have the payroll exam under your belt with the ICB or another professional body through exemption. So that again needs to be renewed every year. So all of the practice licenses, whether you are with another professional body or the ICB, are usually renewed once a year. So here you need to have compliance with the ICB conduct regulations. So ethically, again, you'll be reviewed as part of this process. And also they will look at things like your insurance, etc. So you need to get practice insurance in order to obtain your practice license. So they'll review that to make sure that's adequate. And they do recommend one of their providers if you look on their website. And then also you need to make sure that you have a good understanding of AML. So all of the anti-money laundering regulations, etc. So again, it's I would say it's a quite straightforward process to obtain your practice license, particularly with the ICB. So they will review all the information and ask you for further documentation if they need to, but I found it was quite a quick process when I did it back when. And also, if you set up your business as a sole trader and you're now becoming a limited company, you can also change your license through this change in entity here. So you will need to change that practice license to reflect that you are a limited company now, not a sole trader. So if you have done that, make sure that you update your practice license if that applies to you. You can also cancel your practice license. And if you go down here, there's also more information about compulsory insurance that you require in order to have that practice license. The other things that you need to be aware of with the practice license, just in general, whether that's the ICB or another professional qualification, is that you, again, are required to adhere to the money laundering regulations, guidance, etc. And within the ICB themselves, they actually have a portal that you have to complete. So that differs slightly to some of the other professional bodies. It's not merely enough to do that offline. You need to make sure that you are updating that as and when you need to, essentially. But if you need more guidance around how to apply for your practice license, please do shout out. I'm hoping this video helps at least a little bit. And again, if you've got any issues or you're struggling in any way, there is this phone number that you can call here, and you can also send an email to memberservices@bookkeepers.org.uk. So there you go. Any further comments, questions, queries, etc., just put them in the comment section and I'll be happy to guide you to the right place, essentially. So yeah, take care all.